When I was accepted as a missionary for the Christian Missionary Alliance, I said to them, I want to apply open because I want really God's will for my life above all things. And I believe that God puts leadership over us that prays and makes those decisions. So I applied open, and I was accepted to go to Zaire, now the Democratic Republic of Congo. And I went to a place called Kinkonzi. And so I worked as a nurse midwife in the hospital there. And I loved it. And I was there for 16 years. I left knowing that I'd probably be coming back. I was doing my master's in community health. I went to the U.S. and in Marion, Indiana, at Wesleyan University there, and I took my master's. And as I started there, I got the news that there was looting in Kinshasa, and all of our missionaries were evacuated out. And I always thought that I would be in one place forever doing the same ministry. It was a very hard decision for me to know what I should do. I was praying a lot for God's guidance and felt He was leading me back. But this time I didn't go back to the hospital where I worked, but I went to Kinshasa and worked with Stan and Connie Holtland and Marion Dick on the Bateki Plateau. So this was a total change from teaching nursing and from working in the hospital. Now I was working with an unreached people group and doing mini Bible schools in 9 different places on the Bateki Plateau, and doing some well projects and community health kind of projects there. We did that for 4 years, and the war came to Kinshasa, and we were evacuated to Brazzaville. And that was very difficult. And while I was in Brazzaville, our team, and especially Ron and Myra Brown, convinced us that come over and we will put you to work. And so I got put to work by teaching in a Bible school there in the place of one of the other missionaries who had some health issues. And I loved it. And it really helped to be able to do ministry while we were still hearing gunfire from the other side of the river. And so that happened for 2 months, and then the war came to Brazzaville, and we were all evacuated back to Kinshasa. So we were evacuated back to a country now that had a new name, new flag, and predominant language was Swahili instead of Lingala. We were there for probably about 8 months doing a restrictive kind of work. In fact, we ended up doing a lot of different kinds of things, like doing Master Life or experiencing God studies with our pastors that we would have never had that opportunity to do before. And God just kept opening doors for us. The really hard thing was leaving Kinshasa, going home. Everybody went home for 3 months to reconnect with family and our churches. And then we were told that we weren't going to be able to go back because the war had restarted. And it was just really hard. And really hard to know, Lord, I felt you called me to do this, but now where are you leading me? And my colleagues also encouraged me to go to Ivory Coast, to the international missionary school there. I love kids, and I love the kids of my colleagues. And I ended up being a dorm assistant in one of the dorms where we had 19 kids, all from Koreans to Americans, Canadians, New Zealanders, Africans. And I have never worked so hard in my whole life. I have a whole new appreciation for mothers. And I loved it. I spent 2 years there, and it's nice to leave a place where everybody wants you to come back. But I really miss working with nationals, and that is really my heart passion. And I ended up, in all places, I ended up back in Brazzaville. And there, not nursing, although I'll always be a nurse, I'll always have people coming to me, but there as in leadership development and discipleship. And I teach in a ministry center started by Ron Brown, and I love it. And I do 2 courses. I'm a part-time teacher, and I do that, and I also teach in Pointe Noire. Leadership development, head of TEE, member care, and short-term missions, all of which the Lord has made me capable of doing. It's nothing that I've done on my own, and if anything I've learned in my career is obey what God is telling you to do, and He'll equip you to do it.